Welcome back to the channel. We're diving into one of the most talked about topics in hip-hop, the connection between drill music and the street crews that influence it. From the city of Chicago, drill rap has always carried raw stories from neighborhoods where loyalty, street politics, and survival shape the sound. In this video, we'll break down how certain crews and affiliations impact the music, the conflicts, and the rise of some of today's biggest drill artists, while keeping everything factual, respectful, and focused on the culture. Let's get into it. 800 Lil Fatz, also known simply as 800 Fatz, is the stage name of a Chicago rapper who is associated with the notorious 800 Street Gang. He is known for his drill music and has collaborated frequently with another rapper, 800 Lil Twin. His music includes tracks such as Smooth Style and Main Slime. Prio Gang, more commonly known as 800, is a set of the Mickey Maniac Cobras located on 61st and Cottage Grove in Chicago, Illinois. All members from 61st are MCs, and some of their members include famous rappers such as Boss Smooth. 800 also goes by numerous other names such as Mike City in honor of slain member Lil Mike, and Diddy Grove in honor of Roselle Phillips. Their current territory ranges from 61st to 63rd, Cottage Grove to Drexel. After the demolition of the projects, 800 used to reside in and gentrification in the area. 800 rarely can be found on their territory. However, they occasionally post up on Drexel and the alleyways off Cottage. 800 has made a lot of enemies over the years, fueled by diss songs and rash decisions. 800 mainly nowadays beefs with MTG-039, Bando Boys, and TW. They are primarily allied with OTV. By now in Chicago drill culture, we know of the various gangs and nations throughout the city. One of the smallest of the People's Nation, Mickey Cobras, formerly Cobra Stones, was a part of the P-Stone Nation at one point in time until around the 1950s or 60s. The Cobras were led by Mickey Cogswell. Origin homeland for the Cobras is 53rd and State, and the Fuller Park area besides the various snake pits that pop up in the city. After he passed, the Cobras dropped the stone from their identity and became Mickey Cobras, MCs or Snakes. Due to low numbers, the Cobras were, and still, are a ruthless gang in Chicago. Not sure if they have spread outside of Chicago though. Sets like OTV 29, 51YM, Drexside, THF 44, Raw Town, Princeton Mob, and 800 are all famous and historic Mickey Cobra sets. News reports indicate that individuals allegedly associated with 800 Lil Fatz have been involved in criminal activities, including murder charges related to an armored truck driver's killing. In 2021, Lil Fatz and Lil Twin 800 would attempt to rob an armored truck. They killed an innocent security guard, Lashonda Harts, in the process, and then backdoored accomplices Dowie 4 and Spook after the robberies, killing them on the spot.
Guard, 19-year-old Antoine Montgomery, 21-year-old DeAndre Jennings, both charged with first-degree murder. Police say the men ambushed an armored truck as guards were loading an ATM in West Chatham on Monday. 47-year-old guard Lashonda Harsh died after being shot 6 times. 46-year-old male guard, her partner, was also shot and critically wounded.
Our officers, at great risk to their own personal safety, apprehended these very violent offenders in pursuit of justice for the victims of these crimes.
Police say the 2 men arrested for the bank truck robbery turned on 2 other men involved in the bank truck robbery, killing both of them here at 87th and Saginaw, and the robbery of a Boost Mobile store nearby.
Both Lil Fatz and Lil Twin are currently behind bars fighting the case. Bando KD is a rapper from the south side of Chicago, specifically the area of 69th and Maplewood, who gained initial recognition for his music recorded in a cousin's basement. He is from the south side of Chicago and is associated with the M Block group. the name derived from Maplewood Street. He started rapping in his cousin's basement, where an early song gained significant online views. As of a 2024 interview, he was meeting with music labels in Los Angeles to discuss potential deals. M Block, a clique that was created by T, who was killed in 2019 by OZMG Cutthroat. Cutthroat would die 1 year later, killed by someone else who is locked up right now for his murder. This created tension between the members because technically T and Cutthroat were from the same hood but different cliques, so OZMG and M Block had tension because of that. M Block is the younger clique, and most of the active members are claiming it. Face World 69, aka M Block, is a primarily gang located from 71st to 67th and Campbell, but originally started on 69th and Campbell. Face World 69 was originally Black Disciples, but over time, the younger generation started to take over and no longer claim Black Disciples, and now only go by M Block. As you can tell, most of the younger generation came from Maplewood, and that is the main reason why they go by M Block. Everyone that claims M Block was always from Maplewood, they don't like outsiders at all, and do not associates. You must actually be from Maplewood. Doesn't matter if you went to school with them or were family friends from another block, you must be from Maplewood. Most of the Bando gang Face World jumped off the porch around the age of 13-15, but as rapper Bando KD said, we start them way earlier now, it ain't the same as it was. This meaning new affiliates could be the age of 10 to 12. M Block is known to have no allies at all and only hang with family from other street gangs. Rapper Bando KD said they don't plan on any cliquing up in the future at all. M Block is very heavy on the gangster disciple killer and does not associate with any gangster disciple. The main focus for M Block now is money. They really have been focusing on rapping and getting as much money as they can. Bando KD was arrested and charged with 1 felony count of first-degree murder. He was identified as an additional offender who shot and killed Nigeria Moore. Moore was in a car with her family in the 7200 block of South Oakley Avenue on March 1, 2022, when shots were fired from the street and a bullet hit her in the head. She was returning from a birthday dinner with her family. Police sources at the time said 3 men were in the area when they saw a car pass by. One of them pulled out a gun and started shooting at another car. 2 other men, Malik Parrish and Abdul Ali, were also charged with murder and related offenses.
Police just released new surveillance video hoping to find the gunman who shot and killed a 12-year-old girl on the way home from her own birthday party. City pod cameras captured these images of the killers. Back on March 1st, Nigeria London Moore was riding in the car with her family near 72nd and Oakley when someone started firing in the street. A bullet hit Moore in the head. She died 3 days later. Chicago police are offering a $15,000 reward for information leading to a conviction in the case.
During the early 2000s, the area surrounding 46th and Woodlawn and 44th and Wells in Chicago experienced the rise of a formidable and infamous gang called THF, Trigger Happy Family. Within THF, 3 distinct factions, the Mix, BD's Black Disciples, and Renegades, played crucial roles in shaping the gang's dominance and influence. Their journey was marked by intense competition, as they clashed with primary rivals such as 51YM Young Money, 757, SDL EBT Jarrow City, 869 Brick Squad. Nevertheless, THF also gained strength through alliances with fellow BD gangs like O Block, THF 44, 600, OBN, and 300/Lamron. Also, they would be the most dangerous gang out here in Chicago. THF Zoo, or Bayzoo, was a Chicago drill rapper part of the THF group, specifically the leader of the THF 46 set of Black Disciples based on 46th and Woodlawn. THF Zoo was also part of the OTF label, having close ties to rapper Lil Durk, who had shouted Zoo out in numerous songs. Zoo was raised in the infamous Cabrini Green homes in the north side of Chicago, originally being a MC known as Bay Bay, and grew up with his brothers Gutta and Lil Gutta. When Bay Bay was 9-10, he moved to the south side around 46th and Woodlawn, an area run by the 46 Lawn GDs, now known as THF 46 BDs. Bay Bay would join 46 Lawn despite being a MC. On July 5, 2009, a 21-year-old named Dominic from a GD set named Dirty Low, Ops with 46, was standing outside 4704 S Forestville Avenue when at 10:14 a.m., Bay Bay approached Dominic and asked him if he was a Dirty Low member. Dominic would answer yes, where Bay Bay would pull out a .357 revolver and shot Dominic 5-6 times before fleeing on foot. Dominic was taken to Strodger Hospital and was pronounced dead at 10:38 a.m. as a result from his injuries. The year 2011 was when 46 Lawn became majority BD with a new name, THF 46, standing for Trigger Happy Family, a rap group between THF 44 and THF 46. Bay Bay would also become a rapper under the new name Bayzoo after releasing his first song, White Rocks. The year 2011 would also be rough for Bayzoo, who was wounded in a triple shooting on April 8, 2011, that killed his friend Quint. On May 24, 2011, Bayzoo's brother Gutta accidentally shot and killed himself while playing with a gun. On October 25, 2025, at about 3:00 p.m., THF Zoo was buying car parts near 31st and St. Louis, located in the Little Village neighborhood, with a 39-year-old and a 42-year-old when a silver four-door Honda stopped by and two gunmen started walking up. One gunman dressed in a gray Nike Tech fleece would fire 33 shots from a rifle, and the second gunman dressed in black fired 24 shots from a pistol, letting off a total of 57 rounds, striking all three. THF Zoo was hit 7 times, including twice in the head, twice in the abdomen, and 3 times in the back, where he was rushed to Mount Sinai Hospital in critical condition.
Out of Little Village, 3 men are in the hospital after a shooting. This happened around 3 this afternoon near 31st and St. Louis. Police say those victims were standing in a parking lot when a car drove up and someone inside started firing. One of the men was taken to the hospital in critical condition. The other 2 are expected to survive. So far, no one is in custody.
THF Zoo would be pronounced dead at the hospital the next day on October 26 at 3:54 a.m. at the age of 35. Bloodhound Lil Jeff, real name Jeffrey Lamar Harris Jr., was a rising rapper in Chicago. He emerged from the city's south side and quickly became known for his aggressive delivery and raw lyrics that reflected real street conflicts and gang affiliations. He was part of the Bloodhound Drill City crew, associated with some of the city's most active street factions. Bloodhound 79 is a gang set of renegade black disciples and renegade gangster disciples that's affiliated with the Black P Stone Nation. Bloodhound, operating primarily on the east side of Chicago, Illinois, around the Chatham neighborhood area. The BDs, including various subsets cliques like Drill City and MTV, was part of a larger hood called Lawn City, while the GDs like Mix Mob, Advance Mob, 8 Tree Mob, and Hit Squad was part of Lawn City, but broke apart due to conflict inside Lawn City and split, and became their own gang set later on, turning into opposition. The gang are predominantly known for their involvement in a range of criminal activities, including drug trafficking, violence, and various other forms of street crimes. Bloodhound primarily resides on 79th Street and Maryland Ave. Bloodhound is known for its notorious robberies and shootings. Most of these crimes are put into songs, making their hood very controversial. Members of Bloodhound make their cash through different ways, such as robbing, rapping, and even scamming. Bloodhound 079 had older generations contain people from Drill City, 79, MTV, 400E, and other members of the neighborhood have been picked up in an indictment, leaving the rest of the younger members with no mentor to take advice from. This left them running around the city reckless and committing shootings, making a name for themselves. On June 8, 2024, Lil Jeff was reportedly sliding into the Woodlawn area, known to be Trap City territory, when he was ambushed and fatally shot. Surveillance footage later surfaced showing the self-endangerment he was getting himself into, running before collapsing in the street, shot 15 to 19 times, and an autopsy revealed the presence of fentanyl, cocaine, and alcohol. He died at the age of 21. FBG Duck was part of the Gangster Disciples. He rose to prominence in the early 2010s in Chicago's drill music scene. His gritty lyrics and aggressive style often reflected his experiences with street life and gang rivalries. He gained a following for his controversial diss tracks and high-profile feuds. The Chicago Gang, Flyboy Gang widely known as FBG, is mainly associated with STL-EBT on 63rd and St. Lawrence. What many people don't know is that FBG wasn't even the original name. The founding members FBG Dutchy and FBG Young had the name GMB, but a crew in their school in 8th grade already had the name, so they changed it to what we know today as Flyboy Gang aka FBG, and was mainly to push music at the time. Duck was among the OGs of the group when it started. As time went, FBG became something huge, with many popular trappers turned rappers getting their numbers. While the exact order and numbering of each member is sketchy, some platforms online give insight on who got what numbers. Verifying each member number, you'd have to go to the founders for that. FBG was on the rise. The crew got huge, but some of the main members and affiliates of the movement was Dutchy, Young, and Duck. STL-EBT, located on 63rd and King Drive, is a gangster disciple set located in the neighborhood of East Woodlawn. STL-EBT is the name of St. Lawrence Street Avenue on 63rd and Eberhard on both 63rd and 64th and King Drive, which is just a stone's throw away from the notorious O Block. In the early 2010s, STL and EBT agreed to an alliance. STL-EBT is also near other gangster disciple sets such as Jarrow City. It got famous after its notorious rivalry with O Block and legendary figure Tuka. STL-EBT has gone by many names, such as the most notable STL-EBT, Tukaville, and JoJo World. FBG had their trump card, Big Clout FBG Duck, who became a big dog in the streets and had the respect and power that took the FBG brand into fame status. Concerts, schools, Duck was doing his thing. FBG had a fighting chance in the streets and music, but the striking blow for FBG would come on Tuesday, 4th August 2020. FBG Duck was assassinated in the Gold Coast area, a luxury and boutique shopping district near the city's downtown. G-Herbo grew up in Chicago. He dropped out of school when he was 16, having attended Hyde Park Academy High School. He is close friends with fellow rapper Lil Bibby, with whom he has collaborated on numerous songs. Both artists are associated with the family NLMB. MB stands for Muskegon Boys, which is a renegade faction of the Gangster Disciples. NLMB, more than anything, is a pact between the two gangs, NL plus MB. This pact is known as Never Leave My Brother. As with most renegade gangs, NLMB is Die 5 and Die 6, which means that even if you are a familiar, chances are if you are not from No Limit, you're in constant danger moving throughout the neighborhood where this faction rests. With so much diversity throughout this faction, trouble comes by easily. Lakeside would become a fearsome op for NLMB in times to come, with the cutthroat gang KTS Aka Kill to survive, matching the terror of Terror Town. But before that, it wasn't like Lakeside wasn't applying pressure on the Muskegon Boys. The violence and rivalry between the GD affiliates continued. Wanting to expand their manpower and status in the trenches, an alliance was formed between the Muskegon Boys and Terror Town. Once the alliance was formed, things would take a drastic turn, leading to a trail of bodies and loss for both them and their ops. NLMB wasn't with following the old ways of the P-Stone Nation. As far as they saw it, this was their town, their home, and they were the ones holding it down and keeping the gang's legacy alive. So NLMB stopped referring to the area as Terror Town and being affiliated with their predecessors, the Black P-Stone Nation. This new generation wanted the credit for putting in work and wanted to stand on their own name, so that's what they did. Members like G-Herbo and Lil Bibby, who formed a friendship from young, were among those who claimed to have stepped up when the OGs were murked and locked up and the structure fell apart. The ops were trying to move in, and they stood on business on the front lines of the street war fighting for control. By 15, G-Herbo was head first into the gang lifestyle in the streets. These were just kids, but they took on a war that had nothing to even do with them. The mentality of that gang culture, don't see it that way though. Dudes started beefing before they were even born, but now they hear continuing the beef with people that live right close by. Sadly, that way of life came with many negatives, one being bloodshed. NLMB had a number of ops on all corners, from Black Mob to Pocket Town, to the infamous Lakeside set KTS, who branded themselves with the tattoo of a target on their necks. G-Herbo revealed he's cutting all ties with friends from his old hood in Chicago because he's tired of bonding them out of jail, paying for funerals, and he doesn't want to catch a RICO charge.
I'm cutting all ties from that shit. I don't care what a nigga think about me. Nigga call me a bitch. Nigga 100 million times.
Yes.
I don't care. Like I'm not even gonna feed into it. And you think I ain't had to have them uncomfortable conversations? You think nigga ain't told me I done left the hood and forgot about the hood and I'm a nigga and I don't take care of niggas and I ain't the one bonding niggas out no more and paying for funerals? It's like, how many times I'm supposed to do for that shit? Do that shit. Like, what y'all want nigga to catch a RICO every time you niggas go to jail for a gun charge, a violent charge?
You coming.
I'm the one coming. Like, I'm the concierge or some shit.
Never.
No.
Yeah,
like,
never ever.
Yeah, like, and when I understood it that way, I'm like, bro, I gotta just go cold turkey. Like,
some members of the gang were not happy, and this caused division within the gang. G-Herbo cemented himself as one of the 2010s most pivotal rappers from the city. Moreover, his come-up from a hardened background fueled much of his most resonant and definitive artistry. At the age of 11-12, Kiddo became affiliated with the Mickey Cobras and later jumped off the porch after getting shot in 2011, becoming an active member for 051 Young Money. 051 Young Money is known to be one of the most ruthless and bloodthirsty gang. Allegedly, 051 Young Money have over 50 bodies. 051 are known to have a lot of shooters. Their shooter, 051 Melly, is involved in at least 15 murders confirmed by the CPD, making him one of the most dangerous shooters. But unfortunately, in 2019, he got backdoored at a party and was shot and killed. 1 year after he was killed, 051 got their revenge and killed one of Taekwon World members after one of them dropped his location, 051 Young Money and Mob. Another Southside gang decided to make Melly way to honor 051 Melly. On December 17, 2011, 051 Young Money members Kiddo and Lil Mick would collab with 800 members Boss Smooth and Pyro and release their first song titled 800 Young Money, where Kiddo would diss Chief Keef, who was upcoming at the time, and other ops like THF 46. Kiddo released another song on December 28, 2011, featuring Boss Smooth, where he dissed ops such as Chief Keef, Edi, THF 46, Welch World, O-Block, and even said his phone number at the outro for ops who want smoke.
They want smoke, you want smoke in my line. 312-428-8805. Bang, 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 bang. No Chief Keef. 55 BDK, we cracking the trades.
On September 11, 2014, Kiddo pled guilty for the armed robbery and was sentenced to 21 years in prison. Kiddo was transferred to Menard Correctional Center, and many 051 Young Money members were upset. Kiddo's release date was set to March 2027 and parole to March 2024. On April 5, 2023, Kiddo was released after spending 10 years, 4 months, and 24 days in jail and prison, which is a total of 3,796 days, but was still placed on house arrest for 60 days. Kiddo later started going viral for his behavior after spending 10 years, but still coming home dissing ops like C-Die, Tay Savage, King Von, Edi, and many more. Kiddo returned back to making music dissing dead ops, previewing his first song, Stepping in Blood, on April 20, 2023. A month later, on May 13, 2023, he previewed his second song, Don't Play With Us, which featured disses to L.A. Capone and THF Nuk. On February 8, 2024 at 8:22 a.m., Kiddo was on his way to his girl's house in Kankakee, Illinois, when he was arrested by police after getting caught with guns, with the charges including armed habitual criminal, possession of a stolen firearm, and possession of a firearm by a gang member. Kiddo was booked in Jerome Combs Detention Center for violating his parole, and later transferred to Lawrence Correctional Center, where he had to finish his discharge release date for the 2012 armed robbery. Kiddo's release date would change from April 2026 to March 2025. On February 9, 2024, during Kiddo's second day back in, he was confronted by 60, a op from 600, the same person who made Lil J jump off the tier in jail and break his legs. Both Kiddo and 60 would start fighting, but Kiddo ended up with a black eye.
While you was locked up, there was a viral picture that surfaced of you with a black eye. Can you talk about what happened?
Well, gang, I ain't gonna say dude's name, cause I don't be in the mixing, glorified. But on Chief here, yeah, we bumped. He walked up to me talking crazy like, I'll stick this ass. Stick? Oh, gee. We toe to toe, we get him on. Yeah, he got the best of me. He big though, so that's understandable. But like I said in the beginning, I ain't no play with me in no type of form of fashion. You know, I ain't gonna win every fight. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. But I'm still the gangster at the end of the day. That ain't taking my gangster away.
What was the situation that led up to the fight?
I don't know the situation. He just walked up to me. I don't even know. He talking about you from 600. Well, I don't even know you. How? How you from 600? Ain't no more 600. They don't even exist. Might as well call their ass 00. Oh, chief.
On March 9, 2025, Kiddo was released again after spending another year and a month in prison, and got back to dissing dead ops again like THF TP, Ella Capone, and Mikado from 600. Kiddo later went viral for posting a photo of him stepping on King Von's grave, and also claimed to record a video pissing on it. King Von spent most of his life in Parkway Gardens, AC Block, located at the corner of 64th and Martin Luther King Drive on the south side of Chicago. He grew up as childhood friends with rapper Lil Durk, as well as fellow Parkway Gardens resident Chief Keef. He was known for his nickname, Grandson, which refers to David Barksdale, the founder of the Black Disciples, which King Von was allegedly a member of. He got the name in jail when many people who knew David said that he reminded them of the gang leader in how he handles himself in the streets as well as his general demeanor. At age 16, Von went to jail for the first time. This would only be the start of a long course of legal troubles for him. In 2014, he was accused of a shooting that killed one and wounded another. After proving his innocence and beating the case, King Von took to rapping, collaborating with Lil Durk on singles. Lil Durk eventually signed him to his OTF, Only the Family entertainment label. Parkway Gardens Apartment Homes, also known as O Block, or Wick City, is a privately owned low-income apartment complex located on the border of Woodlawn and Washington Park. Chicago's Woodlawn and Washington Park community areas are located on the south side of Chicago, Illinois. Operations for the Black Disciples Gang. In a 2004 Chicago Tribune article, it was stated drug dealers in the Randolph Towers were hauling in drug profits as much as $300,000 per day. After the demolition of Randolph Towers in 2006, Black Disciples then shifted their operations to Parkway Gardens, which was at the time affordable housing for low-income families and had become Gangster Disciples territory. In the early 2010s, gang activity skyrocketed and Parkway Gardens became the center of one of Chicago's most violent blocks. The 6400 block of South King Drive was known locally as Wick City, but is now referred to as O Block, named in memory of murdered resident Odie Perry. Under this name, it has become nationally notorious due to former Parkway Gardens residents Chief Keef and King Von, whose music often references O Block and its violence. O Block is now a resident of Black Disciples. On November 6, 2020, King Von was involved in an altercation in a downtown Atlanta nightclub that took place around 3:20 a.m. between two groups of men, one of them associated with rapper Quando Rondo. The dispute quickly resulted in a shootout, which two police officers attempted to break up with additional gunfire. Von was subsequently transported to a hospital in critical condition and died later that day. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation initially reported that 3 people were killed, but an Atlanta police spokesman said that only 2 of them died. 4 people were wounded. One of them was placed in police custody for the murder of King Von. The suspect was identified as Timothy Leaks, age 22. Devin Davis, better known as KTS Von, was a Gangster Disciple and drill rapper from the set KTS. Von was the younger brother of KTS Dree and KTS Vinny. He was the cousin of Zico, a Gangster Disciple from the Mickey Cobra set 51 Young Money. Among his best-known sounds include Street Life, Kill to Survive, and Kobe. KTS, or Kill to Survive, sometimes referred to as Cutthroats, is a clique under the Fintown Vice Lords from 75th Cottage on Evans aka E-Block, that beef with the E-Block GDs from 69th Eberhard. Cutthroat is also the name of a movement which stretches out to the burbs on 156th KTG clique. Their main ops include NLMB, 800 and 600. KTS, which is comprised of mostly Gangster Disciples and Black P Stones, but also includes Renegades and Mickey Cobras. This set has been involved in uncountable amounts of criminal activities, such as the distribution of narcotics and weapons, carjackings and home invasions, as well as numerous attempted homicides and successful homicides primarily, but not exclusively, on rivals. KTS Von's life was cut short by brutal gang violence. He was shot and killed in June 2015 at the age of 21. His father was also murdered in 2016, and his brother KTS Dree died in 2021 after being shot 64 times. Derek Banks was arrested on October 24 in California alongside 5 members of his OTF, Only the Family Collective. According to federal prosecutors, Durk is accused of orchestrating a retaliation attack targeting rival rapper Quando Rondo in August 2022. The incident, as documented, tragically resulted in the death of Rondo's cousin, Xavier Robinson, though Rondo himself survived the shooting.
Shots fired, a fight taken to the streets, and this chaotic scene, the ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight. It all started at this mobile gas station at 5:30 Friday evening. LAPD says witnesses heard multiple gunshots, then watched a couple cars zoom off. 3 people in one car shot at this black Cadillac Escalade. It's unclear if those inside shot back.
As details of Durk's past come to light, it has emerged that he joined the Black Disciples in 2009, 300 Lamron, after dropping out of high school in Chicago. Raised in the city's Inglewood neighborhood, Durk encountered street gang influences from an early age. At 17, He became a father, which motivated him to take his music career more seriously while also marking his association with Black Disciples, an extensive gang in Chicago. His criminal record reportedly began in 2011 when he served time for possessing a firearm with a defaced serial number. The Lamrons, a faction of the Black Disciples, claimed territory between the Dan Ryan Expi and Halsted Street from 59th to 67th. They're named after a stretch of Normal Avenue. Normal spelled backward is Lamron. 300 Lamron. The term 300 refers to the criminal gang known as the Black Disciples. Though the term was unknown to those outside of the Black Disciples gang, it has recently been popularized due to the rise of many Chicago artists whom are used to be gang bangers. The artist most closely associated with the term is a young man known as Chief Keef, whom is also a member of the Black Disciples. The term 300 is also used for 30. BDs on Lamron were the first to adopt the name 300. Later on, numerous other BD cliques started becoming part of 300. The following sets are 300 Lamron, Wick City, TYMB, and 46 Terror. Lil Durk's legal struggles continue, notably following the murder of his close friend and collaborator, King Von, in 2020, and his brother, D-Thang, in 2021. Recently, the mother of another late rapper, FBG Duck, Lashina Weekly, filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Durk.
Lawsuit seeking to hold a rapper from Chicago accountable in the killing of another artist in 2020.
The complaint also accuses the city of Chicago of willful misconduct. Tia Ewing read through the court filing and joins us now to break it all down for us. Tia?
Well, there is a lot to break down, Sylvia and Terrence, because this lawsuit is 229 pages. FBG Duck, also known as Carlton Weekly, was killed August of 2020 outside Dolce & Gabbana on the Gold Coast. His mother is now suing rapper Lil Durk, the estate of late rapper King Von, record labels, and several other music companies. The word profit is used 102 times in the suit, claiming the music companies threw money behind rapper Lil Durk and King Von because it made them even more money by keeping the two gang feuds going. FBG Duck was an alleged member of the Flyboy gang, and Lil Durk and King Von were allegedly part of the gang known as the Family. The two groups would put out diss tracks, increasing their popularity. It's also believed members were signed to music deals based on how they ranked in the gang. On page 2 of the lawsuit, it shows this image from an album released back in 2019 by Only the Family, along with Alamo Records, Sony Music, and Interscope Records. Lawyers from Dinazulu Law Group says the chart reinforces the organized nature of the gang.
We have laid out in our complaint, time and time again, numerous individuals associated and signed to these labels that were engaged in dangerous, violent activity, which led to August 4th, 2020.
It has been a long road, but there's finally light at the end of the tunnel. My son deserves better, so does his children.
Inspired by his older brother, Lil Zay Osama began rapping when he was 8 and recording at 10. At 12, simultaneous to the release of his first tracks and videos, he joined a gang. Part of an emerging wave of MCs changing Chicago rap, he was initially associated with Chicago's drill scene. He used the name Lil Zay until 2010, when, as his gang-related activity ramped up, he was christened on the street as Lil Zay Osama. He a member off the KGB gang, aka Crazy Get Done Boys, from the set 6300 BSC from Marquette Park. They a mixed gang GD, BD, and BPS. At one point, they were cliqued with Mexicans and were KGBs, but that's a time ago. Black P Stones from 63rd and Albany. They used to be part of BSC 6300. They broke off and now are beefing with the whole alliance. Black P Stones are cliqued with party players from 63rd and Spalding and 65th and Spalding. Lil Dree from 6300 BSC was killed by Ray Money Visions after he tried to rob him. He also was the brother of Bamtuex from TMC.
Shit, I mean, basically what happened was, I I was, at the time, this is like a little bit early on in my career, so I was like, moving differently. You know what I'm saying? But I just got called for a video shoot one time, and when I got there, dudes up the, it was a firearm placed in my face, you know what I'm saying? And I was told to, you know what I'm saying, I had to, they took all my camera equipment.
Oh, man.
And it came back to some video shit, you know what I'm saying? It was about some video rap shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As far as like on some like this group type people,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But after that, you know what I'm saying, I just, like I said, I started moving. I moved totally different now, you know what I'm saying? I got all type of precautions and things set in place, you know what I'm saying?
In 2015, Lil Zay Osama was shot in the chest, and while in the hospital, he was arrested on gun charges. At 16, he was sentenced to 5 years in a juvenile detention center. Committed to keeping away from the streets when he was freed, he focused on music for the duration of his incarceration, writing rap as well as songs influenced by pop and R&B. Duke's sentence was reduced to 3 years, and he was released in 2017. At 19, he returned to the South Side with a new style, a new perspective, and a new level of determination. PGF Nuk is an up-and-coming rapper and songwriter best known for his hit single, What Up. He has since made a name for himself within the rap industry through his electric rap songs and beats. He makes Chicago drill music, which is associated with the gritty side of the Chicago projects. His music emulates the reality of the rough and rugged street life in Kyland. PGF, Psycho Gang Family, is a gang operating out of West Inglewood in Southside Chicago. Their main territory is 59th and Paulina. They are constantly at war with their ops from Back of the Yards, which is nearby. They are comprised of a mixture of rappers, hustlers, and vehicle relocation specialists. The leader of PGF, known as PGF Nuk, is currently in federal custody for an alleged armed carjacking spree. On Monday afternoon, April 8, 2024, PGF Nuk was taken into custody by Chicago's Vehicular Hijacking Task Force in connection to 2 carjackings that happened within 30 minutes of each other. Nuk was identified as one of the offenders who, on April 7, 2024, at approximately 11:47 p.m. took a vehicle at gunpoint from a 32-year-old male victim in the 5900 block of S. Morganson, 7th District. The statement continues. He is also charged in connection to an aggravated vehicular hijacking and an aggravated kidnapping of a 35-year-old male victim that occurred on April 8, 2024, at approximately 12:15 a.m. in the 8300 block of S. Cottage Grove Ave, 6th District. The offender was placed into custody and charged accordingly. PGF Nuk faces a total of 4 charges. 2 felony counts of vehicular hijacking with a firearm, 1 felony count of aggravated unlawful restraint, and 1 felony count of aggravated armed kidnapping.
No way.
Chicago rapper and OTF affiliate. He's part of Chief Keef's gang the BDs and is part of 600. Rondonumbanine was sentenced to 39 years in prison for the crime of murdering a jitney cab driver back in 2014. Rondo, real name Clint Massey, was officially sentenced in Cook County District Court following his conviction of first-degree murder of driver Javan Boyd. 29-year-old Boyd was murdered on Feb. 22, 2014, when the gunmen approached his car while he was waiting for a passenger. The men asked Boyd if he was from the neighborhood and fired multiple rounds into the vehicle from the passenger side. Boyd was pronounced dead 2 hours after being taken to the hospital. Rondo and fellow rapper Sidai were in the group of men who approached and shot at Boyd's vehicle. Sidai received his sentence of 38 years for the same crime. Rondonumbanine was just 17 years old at the time of his arrest, while Sidai was 19. 600 was a black disciple set founded by Lil Boo and D Thang, who are both now deceased. 600 had 20-plus members. 600 was founded in around 2009 and is located on 60th and King Drive. 600 used to be named Brick City before being commonly referred to as 600. 600 had many names, such as Steve Drive, D Block, LA Gang, and Shack City. After the death of 600 O Block member T-Roy, 600 and O Block would form an alliance called Get Back Gang, sparking chaos in the streets. Unfortunately, as of now, many of the original 600 members are dead or in jail. Rondo was still an up-and-comer in the Chicago rap scene before this 2014 murder. As a friend of Chi-Town export Lil Durk, the rapper dropped the video for his biggest song to date, Hang With Me, back in 2013. Scrooly G, real name Dashon Morris Bradley, is from Gary, Indiana. Born on October 18, 2000, he rose to prominence through his drill-inspired tracks and vivid storytelling. Scrooly G gained widespread attention in 2024 with his debut album Murder Man, released under Lil Bibby's label Grade A Productions in partnership with Geffen Records. Some of his most popular songs include Come On Let's Go and Expensive Pain, which have garnered millions of streams on platforms like Spotify. He has collaborated with other artists such as Von Off 1700 and Bloodhound Q50, contributing to the Midwest drill music scene. Scrooly G belongs to a gang called SDK-TTA, which is a group of gentlemen organized out of the east side of Gary, Indiana. This militant group is led by Scrooly G, who has ties with the gangster disciples, GDs. SDK-TTA is comprised of Gary's most notorious steppers and trappers. They are at war with hoods from the west side of Gary. They operate under the orders shoot to kill, meaning that attempts are not tolerated. TTA stands for Ty's Top Assassins, which is in honor of THF Fox aka Tink, who passed due to an accidental shooting inside of a home. He was Scrooly G's cousin. SDK-TTA is allied with the Bloodhounds from Chicago. Bloodhound Q50 declared that Scrooly's ops are also his ops and vice versa. Toss Gang is a savage squad of shooters from the west side of Chicago, who operate under the authority and direction of Davon Meeks, aka Vonoff 1700. Toss Gang has roots in L Block and Four Corner Hustlers, but they have modernized and branched out under their new name. Their territory is 1400 W North Ave, 1500 W North Ave, and 1700 W North Ave. Vonoff 1700 claims that they are at war with the entire west side of Chicago, but their main enemies are Sane Gang and Black Mob. Their revenue comes from a mixture of music deal money, moving work, and legitimate businesses. Toss Gang members hold a variety of skill sets and connections, which help maintain their strong position of dominance of Chicago's west side. The shootout at a gas station in Chicago's Chatham neighborhood, which occurred on August 7, 2023, was a tragic incident that resulted in the death of 31-year-old Anton Benoit. Surveillance footage from the Shell gas station at 86th Street and South State Street captured the moment when suspects exited a black Dodge Durango and opened fire on Benoit, who was at pump number 1 around 4:10 p.m. The video footage of the incident has been widely circulated online. People online been saying Vonoff 1700 was one of the suspects in the footage shooting. Von became popular after his song, On Deck, gained attention due to its aggressive lyrics while using the instrumental of On Deck by Gucci Mane. The popularity boost saw over 10,000 videos being made while using the song's sound on TikTok. In the midst of 2023, Von would get signed to Signal Records, which is a sub-label of Columbia Records. And that wraps up today's breakdown on drill rappers and the street influences behind the music. Whether you follow the culture for the storytelling, the sound, or the history, It's always important to look at it with respect and awareness. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment on which drill topic you want next. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. More hip-hop deep dives coming soon.